And good morning. How are you? Running a little late this morning. There was a lot going on overnight. My apologies for being nearly, 50 minutes behind is what we are. I got things scattered, but we're breaking down as to what's going on in the area, what's going to happen today, and to fill you in on all the news. Good morning. I hope your day is well. Well, the first thing that we want to bring up right now, we're into the 40s. We're going to get to 52 before it's over. Nothing happening in our area with the weather, but let's look north of here. And if you weren't cautious, look at this. This is just due north of us, northern Mississippi. Mix, that's what that is. Sleet. A little mix of snow mixed in with all of this right here. And you drive in, this is the northern part of Mississippi. Olive Branch, all of these areas. Here's Tupelo. This is just north of here. Columbus is all well, Greenwood. But again, nothing our area. That's weird. How in one part of the state we can have something like this. And then where we are, it's not there. There you go. But we're looking good for the parade. You'll want to take a jacket as that high is only going to get to 52 today. Now, as we get down tonight, expect rain, and that should end by lunchtime tomorrow. So you'll be able to, when you come out of church, be all right. But it will be a wet one going into the church. So y'all be prepared for what that happens. Well, there was a lot that went on overnight in our immediate area, and let's get into a few of the things that happened last night. Let's see here. Last night we did have this was yesterday afternoon. I got a report of an accident on Chunky Duffy Road. It was about 2.5 miles from the interstate. Backed up traffic for quite some time. Now, when we move into the next thing, I did hear of shots reported around 14th Street and 16th Avenue. Nobody was hurt there. The next two cases, we did have two homes that were shot last night with bullets. That would be the 700 block of 47th Avenue. This would be right, and I should have pulled this up where we could see this on the screen. This would be right off of 8th Street. I'd heard reports of shots maybe near 8th Street, College Park, and this ended up being, and to give you a visual, that wasn't even a word, was it? A visual of where that is. It's located right off of 8th Street where Taco Bell is in those areas. It would be just due south of there. Probably 6 blocks from there, the 300 block of 45th Avenue, another home was shot. So most likely the same person. As reports started pouring in over this, it was somewhere between 10, 15 shots, at least at the very first location there, and somewhere around that many at the second location. Was it a target? We don't know. Police are still investigating. We'll update as we get more information on this. Slow to come, but we've been working getting all that this morning there. A lot happened. Our next thing that happened last night, South Frontage Road, a report came in of a gunshot wound. Meridian police arrived on the scene, and the gentleman told them that he'd been stabbed. Well, upon further looking, the police officers thought, well, it looks kind of suspicious. Metro was called in, and they, too, also thought that it didn't look like a stab wound. Possibly a gunshot wound. It was not serious. He was taken to the hospital. This is still under investigation. It would lead you to believe that most likely the gentleman was intoxicated. Didn't have a whole lot to say about the situation as we know it this morning. Again, this is ongoing. We'll try to find out more of this, of what actually happened with it. But he was taken to the hospital. It was non-life-threatening in either case, whether it was a mild gunshot wound or a stab wound. Yeah, I have never used the term mild before with gunshot wound. You either shot or you're shot. I don't know. I'm not a paramedic. But that's how it all went down, waiting on the police report as to what happened actually with the investigators on the scene. But he tried to say that he was stabbed, and the medical and police department on the scene didn't seem to think so, that it looked a little bit more serious than that. We'll see as the oncoming days come about. Another story that we're working on, we don't know all the details of it, but out in the Zero area last night, somebody didn't want to stop for the term, the popo. And it was a car chase that ensued. It ended right at the state line. We're waiting for details on that this morning to give you more of this. No one was injured, but several law enforcement agencies involved in the chase. It did involve a Toyota car, speeds anywhere from 40 to well over right at 100 miles an hour. Again, no one was hurt, but we'll get the details on that and get that news out to you here in just a little while as soon as we can. Interesting overnight, was it not? We also had a wreck last night, mile marker 123. Meehan had to come out. The volunteer fire department didn't get much sleep there. They had to come out and help out with that accident last night. It was a single vehicle accident, possibly could have involved an alcoholic wreck. We're not sure of alcohol being involved. We're not 100% sure on that. But it was a single vehicle accident, and the person did run as we do this. We'll again, get more information on this as this news comes out of all of this morning. I'll pass that on to you as soon as possible. A few things else that went on over the day. We had a good afternoon yesterday. You had a chance to visit my website. Now, let me take you there and show you this. I want to play an article. I had a chance to go to the courthouse yesterday afternoon. As we pull this up here, we go to the website. And we go down here to the news story section. This young lady has worked 40 years at the Lauderdale County Tax Office. And as we pull this in, let's look at this. Julia Marshall, again, 40 years, same job. And she don't look like she's could have worked anywhere for 40 years. But let's go to this and see what she had to say from yesterday. What year did you start here?
Oh, my goodness, 1982.
And so how was your first day on the job?
Very scared.
Now, what do you mean, very scared?
I was scared. This was basically my first job, so I was scared. Had never worked in the public before.
And nowhere during this did you decide to go somewhere else?
I did not. I love it here.
So 40 years, do you have plans of retiring after today?
No time soon. Another 40 more.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's look at your cake over here.
Okay.
Isn't this gorgeous? So what advice do you give to somebody for longevity?
Just be patient, trust in God, and everything else will work out.
Now, again, that's wonderful. 40 years, same job. That is a real good story there to pass along this morning, and I hope more people can do that. Congratulations to her. That is a big deal. Has no thoughts of retirement yet. Julia Marshall, tell her congratulations next time you're getting a tag, because I'm sure at some point you have used her. There's no way you hadn't over a 40-year period. We've grown up with her, haven't we? 1982, as I put in there, Thriller was the number one album. Gas was what? $1.30 a gallon, and a U.S. stamp would cost you 20 cents when she started. Now, y'all do the figuring on where it is now. Have mercy. As we look at a few more things, something that I've added that I think will be very helpful to someone else. Let me pull this back up here. Lost pets, places that you can adopt pets. I've added this, the arrest report here. When you go to this, it'll be right here. And you pull this up. And let me show you this. This pulls up Pet Watch. And stories that we post about dogs lost or found will be here. And then there's links here to East Mississippi Animal Rescue, also Roadside Rescue, where they help pups. Visit that. And if you've got something, we'll be glad to post that for you also. But all the quick links to get to where the pets are. Pretty handy to have that. So check that out as you can. Again, that sammedia.network. SAMEDIA network. Or you can go to scottyray.network. Either way, it'll take you right to that. It has the latest stories and things that are going on in and around the area there. Let's see some other things that have happened in our area that covered most of the serious things that have gone on. All right, we're live, so and when I get something from a sheriff's department that says I just sent you an email, let's pause for just a moment while we're live, if y'all don't mind, and let's just see what this might be. Let's see if it's something that needs to go out in a hurry. And here we go. Update here. Neshoba County. All right, let me zoom in on this where I can read this a little bit better. This goes back. Do y'all remember where we were talking about the other afternoon where the drug bust happened in just across the line in Neshoba County there in House, Mississippi? The Neshoba County Sheriffs Department just emailed me and said that on Wednesday, February the 23rd at 5 o'clock, the Neshoba County Sheriff's Office disrupted a drug transaction in the House community at the Dollar General. Undercover deputies observed the drug transaction and discontinued the events. The drug dealer was driving a white 2001 Lexus SUV, led deputies on a pursuit that covered several miles upon leaving the store. The pursuit ended on the new road construction project in Besadia community there on Highway 19. Both drug offenders were arrested in separate traffic stops. Traffic on Highway 19 was disrupted for a short time to allow the deputies to gain control of the situation. The drugs transaction will carry enhanced penalties due to the close proximity to a church and the possession of a firearm. And I've got a couple of pictures here that I wanted to bring up and show with this. And here's our first, as we pulled this up from the Neshoba County Sheriffs Department. Lisa Logan has been arrested with this. A female, as we go down this, she is being held for investigations, trafficking of a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, and the list just goes on here. Possession of intent to distribute, possession with intent, several of those, felony pursuit, aggravated assault on a police officer, fire, school, sale of a controlled substance, and possession of a controlled substance. And this is the first offender, Lisa Logan. All right, let's go back and let me pull up this second one here. And again, this is live. I didn't have time to get this one open. I had so many things going on this morning. And we pull up the second arrest that we had here. This is going to be Aaron Lewis from Dees Road, from Meridian area, has been arrested along with this. As we come down, possession of a controlled substance is what she's going to be charged with. So that is what happened, if you were wondering what was going on in the house community the other afternoon. This is very serious there. You don't need to be doing drugs. And in Neshoba County, as I speak with Eric here in text, let me just, as he put it, he says, I'm sending drug dealers a message. If you are a drug dealer in Neshoba County and suffer from paranoia, the Sheriff's Patrol units are watching you. It is real. We are watching you, and we will catch you. And that comes from Eric Clark just a second ago from text. And if you know anything about Eric, he means what he says. He's going to put a bite into this in Neshoba County. And I do appreciate that. We'll get these pictures posted here in just a few moments where everybody else can see them that may have missed the live broadcast this morning. You can always go back and watch it. We're going to put that out so everybody can see what went on. An arrest has been made, and that's good. I do appreciate that. We'll find out more the activities that went on in Lauderdale County last night as well. I do want to thank one of our newest sponsors that are coming to the show. We'd like to welcome H&H Residential of Meridian. They do a lot for the Meridian area. Great folks. If you haven't dropped in before, visit them. They're located there at Hawkins Crossing. If you need anything to do with flooring, they will help you out. I'll have more to tell you about that in coming days there. So a big thank you to them. Let's see. Dollar General. We go to Jones County next. And again, that joins us just south of us here. They had an employee that was arrested this week. She has embezzled $62,000. As we go to pull this up, she was cuffed and stuffed, as they say. $62,000. This has been going on since, I believe, October of 21. Yeah, October of 21 is when this began. That's a lot. That's a lot involved with stealing there that's been going on there. Her name is Christy Calsey. She was 60 years young from the Soso community. And the Sheriff's Department, they're also doing a lot there. Starkville, Mississippi has made an arrest. And I'm not sure that everybody's aware of this. We'll get into the 6-year-old that was killed south of here. There's some more arrests with that also. But there was a 9-year-old child that was killed in the Starkville area. There's been an arrest in this. A 30-year-old man has been arrested and charged with 1 count of murder and 4 counts of aggravated assault. A 9-year-old lost his life. This goes on and on across the state of Mississippi. Things like this happen everywhere. Let's go to, where are we going to next? Let's go to Vicksburg. He's not young, but he still didn't deserve to die. In Vicksburg, Mississippi, a 30-year-old man was shot down in the middle of the street. They've arrested 2 men for the crime of this. A 19-year-old and a 20-year-old have been arrested for the homicide and murder of this man. This is though people don't value lives anymore. Do we all think this is probably some form of street gang activity? Yeah. Let's see. And as I mentioned, Macomb, the 6-year-old child that was murdered. So they already had 4 in jail. They were anywhere from 17 to 21 years old. They add 2 more people now to the arrest for killing this young man that was 6 years old. And I'm going to try to pronounce this, Jacqueline Isaac, he's 17 years old, and Eric Spurlock, who is 20 years old, has been added to the list of people that have been arrested for the murder of this little fella on a playground playing on top of that. Drive-by shootings. Do we think this is probably gang? Yeah. Do I have that in front of me? No. But I think we all know that that happened. Lowndes County. We go there next. An accidental shooting of a child. An 8 and a 10-year-old were playing, and somehow or another they got a hold of a .22 rifle. The gun went off, and the 10-year-old was wounded. He's going to be okay. But a scare for the family, I'm sure. So as we get into that. Let's see what we got next here. As we come across, go figure on this one. Let's go down to Brookhaven, Mississippi. A man breaks into a store, and he doesn't take cash, but he might as well have $8,000 worth of cigarettes. He was last seen on camera footage toting 2 big bags of Newport cigarettes. That's the only brand that he got. $8,000 worth. They are looking for him now. If you got any information on that down in the Brookhaven area, they sure would like to talk to him. $8,000 worth of cigarettes. He'll be smoking for quite a while, won't he? We go back over to Vicksburg, and I guess me and Angie were in our 20s at that point. Yeah, Dylan is 27 now, so this had to be 27 years ago because he was a babe. Dylan was about yay long. We went to the Vicksburg National Military Park. They're now going to be opening things back up, and there will be a charge to go through the park. You have to get you a pass to go through there. So things are starting to open back up and be normal once again. That's in Vicksburg. If you've never had a chance to go through the military park, it's history at its best. All right, as we look at Mississippi State, we mentioned a few weeks ago that, well, their mask mandate that they were limiting was not really, in my opinion, a lifting of this. They've made a change at Mississippi State, and the only 2 places that you will be required to wear a mask will be if you go to the, they've got like a hospital-type clinic. That's what it is. That's the word I'm looking for, a clinic. And also if you ride any of the buses that travel you back and forth around campus, you'll have to wear a mask on that. Everywhere else is mask-free on the state of Mississippi State now. So that's good news there as things start to clean up a little bit and we get back to normal. As we heard, and this will be happening later tonight at 7 o'clock in Jackson, Bruce Willis. Who doesn't like Bruce Willis? One of the best there was when it comes to movies of action. Die Hard, many more. He filmed a movie in Jackson, Mississippi back in the summer, and they're going to have the premiere in Jackson, Mississippi tonight. It's going to kick off at 7 p.m., a red carpet screening is what they're calling it. A Day to Die is the name of the movie. Look for that in theaters before long, but tonight, the first screening of it in the state of Mississippi. Kind of a big deal to have Bruce Willis in the state, isn't it? Maybe you'll recognize some of the scenes and places in Jackson, Mississippi. And we have to give kudos as we go just a little bit northwest of Meridian. A house caught fire, and the Kosciuszko Fire Department went into action. When they got there, a house was involved in flames. And as we cut to these pictures, they saved 2 pups. This is the Kosciuszko Fire Department as they got there. This is one of the dogs that was inside the house, and also this young fella here. They were both saved, and we say thank you to them. Everybody loves their pet and certainly don't want anything to happen to them when a house catches fire. But they were saved. A little good news on that story, isn't it? As we come across some more things that are happening this morning, as we look at the big picture, Russia last night, we've got Ukraine. 198 souls have lost their lives so far, civilians, 198. A lot of these are children as Russia invades Ukraine. I posted one of the stories with the latest details on that on the website just a little bit ago if you want to dig deeper into these stories. Sad, sad, sad. As we also look across here, let's see here. Eric Adams, he's the new mayor of New York, and last week he sent out a message that he was going to stop crime in the subways. All this going on. Well, it hadn't worked out so well yet. The latest victim worked for him. A 58-year-old New York City Department of Health scientist, Dr. Nina Rothschild. She was brutally attacked in the subway, walking to get on the subway. She was beat with a hammer. Where is this going to end? You've got to show criminals that if you break the law, you have to pay for what you do. That's some of the big stories that are coming out across the nation today. Sad, sad, sad. So what's going to happen in Meridian today? Well, we go to here. This is the big one. We hope you can make it to town today. The Mardi Gras Parade will kick off at around noon today. The actual parade will be a little bit later. As we look at this, they're going to have entertainment tonight, but the activities, let me find my note here of what all is going to be going on. 12 o'clock, they will have entertainment there at City Hall, and at 2:30, the dog costume contest will get underway. And then at 3 o'clock, the parade will kick off with the dogs leading the parade with the, I almost had it, crew of Barkus. Yeah, that's it, crew of Barkus. And then everybody else will follow that. And then from 4 until 6, it will be entertainment and a lot of activities downtown Meridian. Again, the temperature will be 52 today, so we don't have to worry about rain, but carry a jacket. It'll be a little bit breezy there. Those are some of the things that are happening today across Meridian and the area there. Hope you can make it out to some of these activities. Hang on, we're going to be right back and tell you about the forecast and detail of what to expect. When will it warm up? We've got all of that for you coming up next here.
The back porch of Meridian is now open on Highway 19. Anything outdoors. Grills, fryers, pellets. And all grills come with free assembly. Whether you're looking for a cooler or custom woodwork. Plus local beef. Milk and ice cream from Beeson, products from Cyples Mills, spices, and a whole lot more. And don't forget to check out the She Shed, where you'll find authentic Louis Vuitton purses and more. And we can't leave out the spoon fudge. The back porch, Highway 19 North Meridian. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Fresh Idaho potatoes, a 8-pound bag, $3.99. California navel oranges, a 4-pound bag, $5.99. Yellow onions, a 3-pound bag, $2.49. Whole pork loin, $1.89 a pound. And New York strip steak, family pack, $8.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Big thank you to Joe for being a part of the show, and like so many others that help us out here. Rodney's Muffler, if you haven't been by there, Miss Rodney's. Meridian Mattress is a great place if you need a mattress, made right here in the Meridian area. And also Bam's Towing. If you need to be towed, they'll help you out there in Union. A lot goes on there in House, Mississippi. Some good folks live in that area. Drop in and visit with them. Talbert Enterprises, another one of our fine sponsors that help us. If you'd like to be a part of us, inbox us. And we'll tell you how you can become part of this. All right, let's talk weather this morning of where we are, what's going to be going on. Let's go back to radar this morning and take a look at exactly what's out there as we scan the skies of, you're close. Again, all of this ice and this mix is in North Mississippi this morning. As we get up here around Greenwood, we click in here to find out what we've got going on this morning. That's going to be right there at Curtis Station. We come across at, let's see here. That's going to be, I can't even pronounce that one. Podocroy, Tupelo is just west of there. A little small town just north of Greenwood. Greenville, just to the north of you. And the Memphis area has had it pass through. Most of it in Mississippi now, in between there and Jackson, Tennessee, as we look at this. Here's the state line right there. Highway 72 is full of it this morning. Hernando, if you're going to be in that area. Oxford, Mississippi. They're at the university getting it. So be careful if you're traveling roads there this morning. As we look at temperatures right now, sitting at 27, that's 28 degrees. Look at that. So we come across, so things could stick and cause a problem there. Cold water, these areas there. Be careful. As we look at the forecast, as we glance across the rest of the United States, Chattanooga, a few showers this morning. Showers back out around Austin and up on the eastern coast. We got a little bit off there in the ocean there. But coming across the rest of the nation looks pretty good. We got a few showers that want to make their way to Seattle, as it always rains in those areas there. And we've got cold weather back up here in the Dakotas this morning. 16 degrees. They finally made it above zero for once this week. 12. That's a heat wave for those folks. But overall, that's our look across the nation this morning. Not bad at all. So let's dig deeper into our forecast here locally and see exactly what Mother Nature is going to bring us today.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Today, it looks like Meridian will get 52, and that light chance of rain will be north, kind of right there at the I-20 line, south toward Equipment in those areas. Won't see as much, but it'll be light hit and miss stuff up until after 5 o'clock is when this will start. Now, things change after we get into the dark hours, after around midnight. We'll give you that in just a second there. As we cut across the Alabama state line, it's going to be northwestern Alabama that could see these light showers today. As we look at this, above average temperatures, and be ready, although we're in the 50s today, this will not remain long. It will not at all. As we look at this, here's that forecast as we dig deeper into this. Again today, we've got those temperatures into the 50s. And we go into tonight, 42 is going to be our low with a 50% chance of showers after 11 o'clock. By tomorrow, this increases to a 90% chance of rain, and this will end about the time church is over tomorrow. 90% chance there. We'll go into Monday, and temperatures start changing. 62 on Monday, we got 68 Tuesday, and by the end of the week, and again, sunshine all week, almost 80 degrees there by Friday. So that heat wave is moving in. It'll almost feel like summertime, 80 degrees. We jump ahead, not much change either. 82 on the 5th. We'll hover next weekend, next Saturday at 80 degrees. That's a big change from 30 degrees difference, really. 50 this weekend, 80 next weekend. We'll stay in the 70s all the way through March the 12th. A quick look at the forecast this morning of what all we have going on with the weather. So get out and enjoy yourself today. It'll be nice. There'll be a lot to do while you're in town, enjoying the festivities in downtown Meridian. I want to thank y'all for coming by and visiting with us today. I do appreciate it. Laura Lee, how are you? Glad to see you there. John Talbert is up today along with Denise Covington, Linda Culpepper, a lot of folks there. Junior Pittman, good to see you there joining us this morning. Nick Dowell, Betsy Holly joining us from Sugarlock as well. There's folks from all over that join us each day. Can't thank y'all enough for supporting and being a part of this. We'll be back with more information here in the next little bit as we move through this weekend. As always, we're going to have a lot of posts. We'll update you with the latest of what's going on in the area overnight, and we'll get those pictures from Neshoba County where they draw a line in the sand and let you know drugs aren't going to happen in Neshoba County. It's good to know. A lot of good folks there taking care of you. We'll have more on this as this Saturday moves right along. I'll see you back soon. A big thank you there. Valerie Maloney joining us. Good morning to you. Glad to see you. We'll be back soon. And again, thank y'all for dropping by this morning.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by